good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be. Hopefully it's not the middle of the night, because then that makes you a night owl. Greetings all, Shardvixen, and this is my Rambling 101 videos. So, I've been giving it a lot of thought about YouTube lately, and about how the human species has evolved. So, my newest little thing is, let me see here, I got it. I think it's called Sapiens, Brief History Through Time. I haven't actually read it yet. I heard the gentleman who wrote it, a French, I want to say social science, but he may be a biologist, who talks about his studies, or about what advanced human beings from all the other species, including other human species, Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, Homo, the other one, Nathan, I can never say this word. I can see it in my head. The other kind of like used to be thought of as the big husky caveman type. Anyway, so when my brain stops, I don't sound so smart. I don't know if I sounded that smart to begin with. Anyway, so he was talking about what it was is two things: flexible cooperation and the belief in fictional stories. So I thought that was really intriguing, because when he was talking about fictional stories, he was talking about religion, money, the justice system, the government, things that we are taught to believe in, originally started as a story. You know, like it's based on, it's not based on a physical reality, it's based on a fictional reality. And I thought that was very cool, because he's, as far as we know, elephants and other people, elephants, what's another really, dolphins, wolves, crows, ravens, we're not really sure that they have that. He's not really sure that they have that ability. That's why they stay at the level that they've pretty much been at. Chimpanzees, that's why they stay at sticks and eat bugs and haven't built cities. And a lot of people say, oh, that's just because they know better. But, you know, if that's your belief, that's fine. It's interesting, though, to me, that, for me, it's interesting because of money. Money is, no matter what anybody tells you, is purely a fictional story. We based it on the value of something we thought was hard to find, gold. And then, from that, how much gold you had was your worth, because everyone in the world agreed that gold was spectacular and we all needed to have it. And then from there, diamonds and other things can also be used as a prestige. Is that the word I want? Prestige. A status quo. Like if you have lots of diamonds, or your country has lots of diamonds and other things, you can have the wealth. But I find it interesting that we kill ourselves, motivate ourselves forward for a fictional concept. And I wonder if it had the same impact when money wasn't, well, when money wasn't the same thing. It wasn't this piece of paper that represented this gold that we all share in the government. I wonder if when you had to work on your land, and you fed yourself from your land, and you took care of yourself on your land, and there was no one else, and you traded for other things, if that concept of value was the same. And you know, money is a sign of grouped civilization, not necessarily good civilization, but just when masses amounts of people come, and you feel you have people who sell certain items and people who do certain things, and they each want them, and there's masses amounts that want more of one or the other. You need some kind of economical system, I would think. I just don't know if money is the one we need. And because it's fictional, you see, technically, even though there's economic people out there that argue with me, technically, you could make more money. You could all of a sudden change the world could change the whole system of what they believe is the value of the money. Like some rare mineral that you get very small amount of, and you could all of a sudden have a different country that now becomes the world power because they have that mineral, and the world has decided that that's what their money is going to be based on. That just kind of boggles my mind. I just think that's kind of interesting how we evolved that way, because it sure is a mucky muck. I mean, technically, we could just say that water was our source of income, and the money was based on units of water, and therefore those people who had their own water would be, you know, rich, and those who did not would not. I just find the whole thing, whenever the government, you hear that the government's in debt, it's like, you make the freaking money. I know it's based on the gold we have, and you can't really make more gold, but that's not true. We could, you know, enlarge our gold. But the idea about the government economic is that at any time, any countries that we buy from could demand that we pay them in full, rather than basing it on our gold. And that's where the debt comes from, when our debt is more than our net worth. It's still funny to me, because you could just make your own money. They could just make their own money, and it'd be, you know, they could just put out new, you know, $10 billion worth into the flow of the government. And it would actually not, well, I'm sure it would affect in different ways, but it would also have a positive effect if the, you know, government just says, we don't owe nobody nothing. I wonder, though, can the U.S. government file for bankruptcy? I mean, because they always get to that point where they say, oh, we can't go on, we can't pay our workers, we can't do that. Wouldn't that be bankruptcy? It just boggles my mind. I'm sure there's an economicness out there in the world that could, like, do a vlog about it and make it much clearer. But I know the basis of economics, and that's it, the basics. I learn more each day, all the time. So that was on my mind. And then Mother's Day is tomorrow. I have a video, special video for it that was supposed to come out last weekend, but I got sick. Well, I had two fibro days. One had me in bed. The pain was so bad. And it's been a long, long time since I've been in bed because of the pain. Usually I can't stand to lay down. It hurts so much. But lately it's sitting that's bothersome. And I had been studying about fibro, and I guess that's like number 8 on the pains. It's like if we put on a spectrum, you have 1 it's the most common and 8 the least common. And I don't think it's 8. Maybe it's like 4 in the spectrum. 8 is the one where you are cold and you have fever and chills, and it's like a flu. I get that one. And so that's kind of, so I was out. But the reason it takes so long to do some of these vlogs is because there's a brief period between the end of my intro and my music credit and to the start. And I always try to fill it with animation, because my other goal is to work on more animation. So I had this idea for animation for an ode to motherhood, and it's a poem I wrote, and I animated to it. But it takes a long time, especially if you don't feel good. It takes a long time to do the type of animation I do, which has a lot of mixed media in it, where I take things and change them around and add them, you know, kind of make them into something. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't come into something. Sometimes the pictures I see on paper are not the pictures I see, and that's what I'm trying to work towards. My goal is to get ahead in my animation so that I can post like samples of different things in that brief period of time. What eventually will happen is I'm going to make a whole new intro that'll have the whole space time of the music that I have. I don't want to get rid of the music yet. The Black Box Official has changed his name to Deceptive. I think so. Deceptive Official. You can find him on my friends, you know, channels. The channels that are like woohoo, their parts I enjoy them. You can find on that side. So, and then I have to give kudos out to Steel City Man, who is one of my probably only regular viewers, and he someday someone will, besides you, will see this Steel City man. And they'll be like, I have to go see this guy. He does a much more professional style vlog, and that's pretty cool. He actually has a camera, but I did check on that cam pack, and if I get the money, you know, because I still have to save the money, whether I did a GoPro or I did the cam pack. They have this cool little underwater, and that was really the only reason I wanted the GoPro, was for the cool underwater. Anyway, so I have to give a shout out to him. Go see his vlog, because it's really, really cool. And I haven't figured out how to stick links right here. Like, I kind of know the concept, but I haven't figured it out yet. As soon as I figure that out, then in my vlogs, there'll maybe be links to other people's channels, because I believe in cooperation. So if I've seen a video that I really like, I want to share it with you all, and then you can go over and check their video out. And then I'm going to advertise other people's videos I really enjoy, so that anyone watching me is going to go visit them. And it doesn't always, people are very competitive. And at this point, since I put everything up for free, there's no competition. If I tell you about Steel City Man, and then he tells you about me, and then some friends of his watch his and then finds out about mine, and then they're like, oh, you know, I'm not really into this woman in a mask talking about herself, but I know some people might find that interesting. Now, again, the vlogs aren't the #1 thing on my channel, and neither are the game videos, which I have to say I'm very stressed about, because the game capture, while it makes beautiful videos, don't get me wrong, I have not figured out how to do the sound part of it. I don't have the equipment I don't have a headphone and microphones yet, and so I'm exploring other avenues of getting my sound on my videos, and I have yet to be successful. So, I mean, I just filmed a whole bunch of Little Big Planet, which is something that me and the kids are going to do over on Shardvixen's magnificent channel. And I still use the tablet, because even though it's glary, my sound is already there. So, I don't know. It's perplexing and very frustrating, and one of the reasons, besides my illness, that I dropped down to 1 gaming video, because I got no sound. And those videos, you can critique them all you want, because I don't really change them much. These videos you can critique too, don't get me wrong. The animation you can critique also, and that will be by next year. I hope to have the animation down more regular, so at least you get one, if not every week, you get one, you know, every 2 weeks. And that I will have the videoing of the gaming down to a T. And then the vlogs, of course, will be on time as much as possible. The vlogging isn't such an issue, except that I want it real time, so that it goes up nearly the same day that I did it, so that what I'm talking about has a more current concept. Though I guess if you came back 10 years to watch me, it wouldn't have a current concept. So we could always do a time capsule one. That would be kind of cool. Like every month, as far as a rambling video, I also do a time capsule. I do have an idea for the other series, and maybe that's something I could talk about in my next vlog. Or maybe, because I don't have it right here in front of me, so I could tell you what it is. But one of them was makes no sense, and that's these weird little things in life that just are odd to me. And then another one would be the Rambling 101, and then the commentaries, where I'll be starting those in summer, where I pull out books, movies, things like that. They're going to be older stuff, things through my life and how it affected me, and then how I perceived what was going on in it. And then there's one more, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, the news one, where we talk about news. So this is the end of this one, and I was trying to lengthen out to 15, and then I went over. And so I will catch you all on the flip side. Be sure to check out my motherhood one, which I hope will be up tomorrow, if I don't get too busy today and tomorrow. I'm almost done. I got like probably 10 frames to do, and then it'll be gone. And so, alright, I'm out of here.